Okay, hello everybody. We're going to be going into the thrift store to do some thrifting today and see if we can't find some treasures to resell online, make some profit. Let's go shopping. As you can see, there is a lot of beautiful items. I will bring you through the store with me. Some of the items with the thrift stores, especially with Value Village, have been drastically overpriced, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to find a good deal sometimes. I did want to see if this Wilson badminton racket was in good shape, but it really wasn't, so it ended up staying at the store. I like to keep an eye out for a wide range of items that can be resold for profit, especially if they're in good condition. You never know who needs what out there in the world, right? So can't hurt to look at a little bit of everything. Lots of bundled items on the wall. You'll see just a ton of it. Bags of different things put together by the store staff. Lots of like old chargers so hey, that's a great spot to look if you're missing a charger from a device that you can't find anymore. I really liked that mirror, but not for $25. I might as well buy a new one for that. I kind of scanned this area a little bit quickly because I really wanted to focus more on the china and vintage items that you find on the shelves. I really wanted to try to go for things that really just touched me, took my eye. I had a good feeling on it, but I also am very conscious of chips and any wear and tear stuff that happens from transporting from home to thrift store sometimes. So that was an interesting glass piece. I really liked the gold flakes inside, but it looked like a mass production type item and there was no real markings. If you know anything about me, I am an avid party light person. I love party light, honestly, and if I can find party light at the thrift store for a good price, I will. That vase bowl was just beautiful, but it was really heavy, so my concern with getting something like that is the shipping cost. It just didn't seem worth it to me, so it stayed on the shelf. I was looking for any kind of brass, vintage, handcrafted, rare pieces. And I will be definitely showing you guys the haul of stuff that I did find. And I will put a link in the description box to the page for my store if you are interested in purchasing anything there. Also, I just wanted to kind of throw out there, if somebody sees something on the shelf that has value and I missed it, please do share. You know, you see that candle in the background just behind this cute little piece I'm looking at? That's a party light piece. I ended up picking that up for $3.99. Mine was cracked, and so I ended up just tossing it. I had burned a votive in there, and it's not meant for votives, so it cracked the glass. So yeah, I was happy I found another one. It's beautiful when it's lit. It looks like little crystals. It's just gorgeous. Party light makes a lot of nice stuff. That was an interesting glass piece, but the bottom was plastic, so it was really cheap. Not very valuable, you could tell just by picking it up. Lots of pretty items though. I had yet to find something to put into my cart, but it's coming soon. Lots of various candles, but they had them really overpriced, like $8. For used, it's just, that's really not a great price, so. I was on the hunt for anything Party Light that I could find just to see, and there were some pieces that I didn't really recognize, so I checked the bottom to see if maybe they were an item from Party Light. But nope, there was none there. I thought this piggy was really cute. On the top it says his money, and it's a smaller black pig, and on the bottom it was her money. It was a very cute little piggy set for sure. That was a really cute hummingbird, but it was chipped, so it stayed on the shelf. I was also looking for any figurines from Precious Moments. I really love that set. I was also looking for any Royal Dalton, but of course I couldn't find any pieces. I was looking at this really neat wooden carved Venezuela piece, but for $7, it just didn't seem worth it to me. But it was really, really cute. There's a Precious Moments piece, but again, they jacked the price up on it, and I'm not going to pay $25 for a Precious Moments piece. It wouldn't have very much resale value if I buy it at that price. That was a Party Light piece, but again, they wanted $8, and it wasn't really my favorite piece. It was a bakery house that you put a tea light in, and so when it lights up it looks like there's someone home in the window. These little glass cars I did end up putting in my cart. These I found out were candy dishes, and the top pieces are like collector's type items. Really cute, and they look amazing washed up. I will definitely show you the lot at the end. This was an interesting vintage looking piece, but once I checked the back, I realized it really didn't have too much value. No special markings or anything. There's the cars in my cart. Super cute cars though, honestly. One of them looks like a Porsche, and the other one looks like a Trans Am or something. I'm not quite sure. Maybe a Ferrari, actually. Couldn't be a Trans Am if the other one's a Porsche. It's got to be a higher end car. I definitely need to do a little bit of research to figure that one out. The Precious Moments stuff that they had, a lot of it was really, really pricey. Like $15 for one little piece, $20 for one little piece. You know, it's different if you're getting like a set for that or something. Like I'm putting together a Precious Moments set. I did end up finding at another Goodwill Precious Moment mugs and a plate, and I'm going to put it all together for a nice price. I think someone's really going to enjoy those. The mugs are so cute, but we'll get there later. I really thought that this vase type canister was a good find. It was $9.99. I later ended up leaving it at the store because I found out that it has like a mass production to it, and it's missing the colander, the cylinder that goes with it. So for that price, to only have half of a set, I thought I better not, so it stayed at the store. This was a cute little piece, but $9.99 again. I just didn't see very much resale value there. And I thought this was a really cute wooden mug, memories with the sun. It was made out of wood, and it was really, really cheap, $1.99. I put it in my cart, but I later ended up deciding against it and put it back on the shelf. Tell me if I made a mistake there and I should have grabbed it. Kind of second-guessed myself there. I wasn't sure. That was a cute little turtle. Didn't really see anything super valuable there. I really liked these little brass figurines. They didn't have any markings on them or anything, but it was something I probably should have grabbed. I ended up leaving it on the shelf. Again, tell me if I made a mistake there. Should I have grabbed that and brought it home? I see a couple of brass pieces now that I'm in this section, but that was a cute little Leaning Tower souvenir from the that Leaning Tower. I can't remember where they are, again, right off the top of my head. I thought that this mug had some really cute detail to it. I did end up putting it in my cart. Very, very unique though, but it was a little bit worn on the inside. Even though I put it in my cart, I didn't end up bringing it home. I did put it back on the shelf. You can see I'm sort of panning slowly, trying to record and show you all every step here. This was a really cute little bug, but it was chipped in the head, so not worth it. That was a really cute little piece as well. Glass piece blown. Made in the Ukraine. I did grab this piece as well, and then again I ended up putting it back because I really didn't think there was too much value there. So again, folks, you know, if you know that that piece was valuable, let me know. I can always go back and see if it's still there. Started to check out a few of the plates to see if I could find anything vintage. Handcrafted. It was a cute little shaker, noisemaker. Thought that was an interesting piece, but a little bit worn. Made in India. I really liked this plate. It had some beautiful detail to it. But for $6, I was like, okay, that's a little expensive. Especially if you're only going to list it for, you know, $15, $20. That plate did have some markings on it, but I couldn't quite tell what exactly it was or if it was valuable. Beautiful blue glass dish here. I decided not to take that one though. If you see something that is valuable, please find the recorded timestamp of that and put a comment in the section there and let me know what I missed. The beauty of bringing us all together on one platform is the diversity that we all bring. We all have different knowledge, so it's great to share that with each other. have to be honest, I didn't look through absolutely every single plate, but this was the Precious Moments one that I found. And for $2.99, I thought it was just perfect. It was in excellent shape, no chips, no cracks, no nothing. It was beautiful. So definitely brought that one home. But like I said, I didn't look through absolutely every single piece because there's so much, and I wanted to hit up a couple of different stores. You'll see that. We went to a couple. I am now wondering if the dish that's sitting right there with the slits on it, if that one is of value at all. This plate is really pretty, but it did have some chips. Beautiful blue dish, but all by itself, I wasn't sure. Did have a little bit of wear and tear on it, but the flowers were beautiful. I like the bird on that plate. I didn't bring it home. That was a beautiful opalescent dish, but again, I didn't bring it home. This one had a lot of unique detail. Well, it was actually an ashtray, but it was in the dishes section. But you can see on the second shelf there, that dish with the slits in it. I wonder if it's of value right there. This was really cool, but I didn't end up bringing it home. It's an inkwell. Back in the day when people used to use ink pens, but it's missing the lids for the ink. But it was a really cool piece. I actually think I might try to go back and see if I can find that, because you never know when you might find a couple of lids that probably go with it or something. They were probably metal lids too. Metal or glass would be my guess. This was a beautiful floral plate, but it looked like a mass production item, so I just left it on the shelf. There was some really pretty unique pieces. Nothing that really caught my eye like it was super special. These blue plates, I've heard that they have some value, but you have to be careful because there's a lot of the knockoffs too or something. So you really have to know your designers of these pieces, which I'm still learning. So hey, if you know something and you want to share, please do. This was a really cute little rose, well, it was a red glass cup. I feel like maybe I should have grabbed that, but I ended up putting it back because it didn't really speak volumes to me or anything. But I feel like that could have been of value maybe. Let me know if you know. This was a cute little silver or pewter, I'm not sure what it was, but it was a really tiny little container or jug is what it really was. I stood there thinking, what the heck would you use this for? I mean, honestly, it would probably not even give you a half a cup of tea. And it was missing its lid too, so I left it. much stuff to look at. I mean, honestly, you could literally spend an entire day in one of these stores. They're just massive. To go through literally every aisle and see if you could find treasures literally takes like half a day per store. Like, it's crazy. They're so big, which is good. That's not a bad thing. That was a really cute little Philippines dish. It was done out of a shell. I thought that was cute, but again, it looked like something that was mass produced in the Philippines as a souvenir item for tourists. I thought this was a little bit vintage, but it had that taped tag on the back of it or whatever. I wasn't sure. I left it. I'm wondering now as we're going through the video together, did I miss anything? Like, was I looking, or did I have something in my hand that was valuable and I didn't realize it and I put it back on the shelf, you know? I thought that was a cute plate at first. I did put it in my cart, but I decided against it at the end. Put a couple things back, so. Some plates were really pricey. $6 for one. It's a little bit pricey depending on the artist. This was another one that I grabbed and put in my cart and later decided, I don't know if this is valuable. So I put it back. I love those old, like, they look like precious moments in a way, but the kids. And the bunny rabbits on this looked so vintage to me. Like I said, I decided against it afterwards. Maybe I should have grabbed it though. Oh, no worries. These were really interesting little pieces. Knolls. There's two different pieces, but they were both dogs. They were cute. They both had 1988 on the back. By Lynn Katz. I wasn't sure if that was valuable. It would be cute for Easter. I was really just trying to look at as much as I could. This was an interesting glass bowl. Green and white, frosted. No markings on it though. Cute little cat. It's a really cute little, look like a stone looking glazed plate. I didn't end up taking it though. I feel like something kept pulling me back to this spot though. I don't know what it was. Maybe you do. This was an interesting old looking lady, but her foot was broken. Her sandal on her foot was broken. I kept looking at that pewter thing going, is this thing valuable? This is an interesting little jug. $7 though. Yeesh. I love that they kind of color code certain areas so you can choose to look or jump over it. You know, they keep reds with the reds and blues with the blues and greens with the greens and so on. So kind of makes it easier even just for the eye to find. There's so many trinkets and little things It's hard sometimes to scan the entire shelf. It's just so much to look at. That was a cute bowl, but pricey. $9.99, I believe. I thought there was a beautiful cup right here from Barcelona. And on the bottom of it, you'll see in a second, I go back because it caught my eye. And that was a cute little tiered tray for olives and stuff like that, maybe. And that was brand new in the box still, so I did kind of look at that, but I didn't really see any value on that. This cup, though, on the bottom is signed, and it has a date from 1862 to 1926 or something like that. Antoine. I did take that cup home. I thought it was a really cute, unique piece that someone out there is just going to love. It's just so cute. I like to look at the stuff that is still in boxes to see, like, what is this, you know? Is it a value, or is this just kind of a cheap, I can go get it from the store type of thing? This one was a little dainty little fork with a plate. Just a 2-prong little fork thingy. It was a cute basket that somebody starched. It was actually a doily that somebody starched into a basket. Really unique craft project, but I thought this was kind of cute, but it was a little worn, so I did end up leaving it. Salt and pepper shaker. I thought that was kind of cute. There wasn't another one to it, though, so because there was just the one, I left it on the shelf. It was an interesting little mug. I did end up bringing that scale home for the lighter items that I plan to sell. And then I'm just going to buy a digital one for the larger items that I need to ship and sell. But it'll be good for some stuff. I found a beautiful Royal Dalton plain dish with the lid, and it was only $4.99. So I definitely scooped it up. Right here. Gorgeous. Royal Dalton. Look at fusion. And it was just beautiful ivory white color. So I thought for sure someone will love that. If not, I can always use it in my own set. I checked out some of the brass stuff, but everything was kind of cheapy cheap. Nothing really good there. This was kind of a cute little popsicle thingy if you're going to make homemade popsicles for your kids and stuff. I didn't have any use for it, so it stayed on the shelf. This is an interesting lock type mixer, I think. I'm not really sure what the heck it is, to be honest with you. I played with it a little bit. I looked at it a little bit and went, I have no idea what this is for. But it was in decent condition, but it was pretty expensive, like $6 for something like that. And you don't even know what it does. This was really cute. It was crystal votive holders. But again, $6, and they were a little bit heavy. So to ship something like that and try to make a profit on it isn't very feasibly possible. I absolutely love thrifting, though. This is probably one of my favorite things to do. Every single thing that I practically own is thrifted or, refurbished. And there's no shame in saving a buck, And I look like $1 million by saving a buck. Literally costs next to nothing to revamp your entire wardrobe and get rid of stuff, you know? I'll be showing you guys a lot more of these trinkets. I wish I would have found more at this store, but no such luck. And like I said, everything's so pricey at Value Village. It's just frustrating sometimes because it's absolutely free donated. They don't need to overprice stuff. This was a really cute sugar dispenser, and it's German. I loved it, and I thought someone else is going to love it. It's in excellent shape. The gold on it was immaculate, and it had these really, really pretty rhinestones and stuff. So I scooped this piece up. I thought it was a really cute piece for sugar. Again, folks, if you guys see something on the shelf that you like or I missed or has value, please get the timestamp on it and put a comment in the section and say, hey, look, go back and see if you can find that. I ended up meeting a really nice lady, which is why you can only see my cart here. So I'm going to break here. This lady, though, had a lot of knowledge on antiques and vintage. She actually has an Etsy store and gave me her card. Wonderful lady named Tracy Wright, and she owns the Wright on Vintage Wares. She has an Etsy store, so we were talking for quite a while, actually, about all kinds of different stuff. So you're really only going to see the same section. So I'm going to clip it here and then go back to when we were moving along. Here are some really cute salt and pepper shakers. I feel like I should have picked these up because they were so cheap. $1.99, I bet basically $1 each. I did end up leaving them on the shelf, but I am going to see if I can't go back and find them because they were super cute. This brass piece was really interesting. It was a salt shaker, but they looked pretty tarnished, so I decided to leave those. These are really cute, a little brass or stainless set kind of thing. I didn't end up putting them in my cart, though. Maybe I should have, though, for $4.99 for all of them. Maybe I should have. That's a gorgeous vase. And it was being explained to me how the glass had been cut out on it. So beautiful, beautiful piece. Interesting, unique style to it as well. This beautiful red dish has these beautiful silver markings on it. All you have to do is clean it with some silver and it's going to shine. I'm going to show you guys that later too. Here's just a quick little overview of what I had in my cart. I didn't, like I said, end up taking all of this home. There were some items that I did put back on the shelf. This was a very beautiful blue dish. I didn't end up taking it. I did look at a couple more glass pieces, but I moved right along. There's just so much to look at, like I said. There's a really cute little brown beige set here, creamer and sugar. They were kind of cute. I didn't take them though. I left them on the shelf. Nice thick wine glass bottom there. It's a cute little green and pink dish there. Really cute little spotted pot, mini pot, I guess I should say. Probably only fill up one of those little cups twice. There's some cute little serving trays here, silver trays. You can create a really nice little set with one of those. Could be decorative. I was looking at some of the glass pieces here. It's some interesting etching and stuff on the back. I thought this was a really cute pink glass. Could be used as a candle holder. Lots of really cute vases, but I really liked the crackle effect here in the pottery clay. You can tell that it's aged. It was also chipped though. I found this really cute blue bowl. It looked like stone. It was really heavy. Not good for shipping. I love that little dish. The head. Looks like he's in a tub. Here's another interesting piece that has that crackle effect. Really pretty. Definitely shows the characteristics of it aging on its own, which is really nice. Shows the authenticity. But for the weight on there, I really didn't want to pay that $6 for it, even though it wasn't a bad price for a nice big bowl. It was the weight of it. If I were to ship it, that would have just killed the pocketbook. That was an interesting little dish as well. I took a little gander over to look at some of the pictures that were up on the top shelves. Nothing interesting really caught my eye. The end caps sometimes have some interesting things, but there's just so many bags to look through. It's a little tedious for me sometimes. And there's just so many of them to go through. It, like I said, would literally take all day. The store was getting crowded and we're all supposed to keep 6 feet apart. Some of the aisles were a little too crowded to go fully down. That was a cute little set. At this point, I was basically shopping with my new friend Tracy as we discussed various pieces that we were looking at. What a way to make a new friend. I love it. You go to the thrift store, you pick up a new friend for free. Too funny. There were a lot of like different sets here, but none of them looked fully complete. But really cute colors. Tracy ended up finding this stack of vintage trays that had chickens and really cute designs on them. She scooped those up for $5 for the whole set, which was really good price. It's a cute little saucer. It ended up staying on the shelf though. This piece actually is brass. I should have scooped this up, but it was a little bit tarnished. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it into better shape, so I did leave it behind. Lots of glassware. I did end up finding 2 beautiful Martini glasses that I know are going to sell well. My friend Tracy ended up finding a really cute cup by Lily. She designs glassware, and she was showing me the initial that she puts on her glassware. Really cute. Together, Tracy and I had found these cute little etched glasses. I almost bought them and brought them home, but one of them was chipped and they wanted $4 or $5 for the set, so I declined to purchase those. I left them at the store, but they were beautifully etched. There was a beautiful set of rose trimmed glassware there, but they were pretty marked up on the rose part. I found this cute little Lizzie mug. It was so cute. It said it's not the age, it's the mileage. It looked like somebody did a really nice craft project with this piece. The paint looked like it was on the outside. It looked like somebody had done that, but super cute, right? Badminton racket on the bottom. It was cute, made me chuckle. As you can see, some of these prices are jacked right up. $14.99 for a set of small glassware that could probably break. You could buy an entire case of breakable glassware from like Canadian Tire for that same price, brand new. You definitely have to know your prices. Not too many more items in this area caught my eye. Back into the blue section as I pass the end cap here. Nothing really stood out to me. I didn't really need any of that stuff, appliances or cookware, bakeware, anything, so I just kind of scanned past this area. I did notice that they were doing some restocking, so I did just kind of want to go check one last time. This is where I grabbed that scale for the smaller items at home. There's only $3.99, so I thought that was a decent price for weighing out my smaller items. I kept going back to this area, and again, this opalescent napkin holder really stood out to me. Lady Grace. I don't know if it's worth something. I did end up picking up a Hummingbird napkin holder. Very cute. Okay guys, we have finished with our Value Village. We are now going to go into the Salvation Army thrift store. One of my favorites, although they are starting to adjust their prices and some of their stuff is quite pricey, which makes it not so great of a find sometimes. So let's go shopping. As soon as I got into the store at the Goodwill, I noticed that they were restocking their shelves as well. They had a couple of carts out there, so I just took a quick peek. See what I could find, if anything, before they put it out on the shelf, you know? No markings on that silver piece, though. I didn't know if it was silver or brass. It didn't feel very heavy, so it could have been just aluminum. You'll see as I go through this store that they had quite a bit of small fine bone china, some from England. I believe they also had Scotland, Not too much there. I took a gander over here to see what they had for electronics and stuff and glassware, but I couldn't find anything that seemed really valuable. There was some nice etched stuff there, but nothing that really caught my eye. Nice floral designs though. Family game night, right? Fun. Growing up, I had a younger brother who hated losing to game night. He would actually flip the Monopoly table on us if he was losing too much. It was pretty funny, kind of, but not at the time, but now looking back, it was kind of funny. He's grown and mature now, so I highly doubt he's still flipping game boards when he loses. This is a cute little digital camera thing for $7.99. Nothing I necessarily needed, but hey, if somebody out there would like something like that, just let me know. Drop it in the comment section. I can always scoop it up and put it up for sale for you. It was an interesting little glue gun in the box. They had a couple of items here that were still in the box. I always like to take a quick peek at those to see if there's anything of value. I did notice that they had these cameras. However, it was said on the packaging it was a 5-piece set, and one of the cameras was missing, and I couldn't find the faceplate or the main device to view your camera recordings from. So I let them know that there was pieces missing. Couldn't really sell something when it's only half there. It doesn't work. This was an ice cream maker. I thought it was really cute, and I totally would have probably scooped this up. It didn't have a price on it, so I asked the lady if she could get a price for me, and she came back at $24.99. And I was like, yeah, no thank you. I might as well go buy brand new for $5 or $10 more. Honestly. I think sometimes they don't think when they're pricing these things sometimes. Or they're looking at the person that's purchasing, and I always look like I'm well-dressed, well-to-do, high-end fashion, high-end designer, stuff like that. But I find things on amazing deals and prices. I don't just pay, full-blown prices for these things, right? So I look like somebody who probably has a lot of money, and one day I will. But for right now, we are still thrifting. So yeah, she came back at $24.99. I was like, no. This is where I was explaining to the lady that she was missing pieces and some things. She might want to take this off the shelf. You can't really sell something when it's only got a couple of camera bases and you have nothing to set it up to. This was an interesting PSI machine that they were selling, but I think they wanted like $70 or something like that. It was pretty ridiculous. Like I said, you might as well, you have to know your prices when you're thrifting, because if you can find an item and get it brand new for just a little bit more money kind of thing, it's not worth it to buy it secondhand when it's just a tiny bit cheaper than the brand new version. You might as well just go get the brand new version, But you got to know your stuff too to differentiate. Nothing too interesting over here, just kind of cheapy stuff. But I did take a minute to browse through it. The showcases are like right beside me, and those showcase shelving units usually contain name brand stuff, higher end designer stuff, but it also quite often contains knockoff stuff. So make sure you know what you're looking for when you're looking at designer items, to make sure that you're actually getting a deal and not kind of getting ripped off by the knockoff, you know, that you think you're getting a good deal on something and then you find out that it wasn't even authentic. So in fact, most times you overpay for the knockoff, right? Cute little fireplace there, little mini one for your apartment, which would have been perfect, but on the sticker of price it said as is, which made me wonder it probably didn't work properly or something. And a brand new one of these costs maybe $50. So I think they wanted like 30 for this, and it said as is, and I was thinking, why would you put $29.99 on that? But these cups I looked at for quite a bit of time. They say Manna, and they were 99 cents each, and there's 4 different colors, and they looked like they were in excellent shape. I really kept looking at them going, should I grab these? It was made in New York. I don't know. I left them on the shelf, but let me know if you think I made a mistake doing that. Pretty colors though, right? Like, I really looked at them quite a few times. Cute little compact binoculars there. They had another set of binoculars that were there too, but it was missing one of the eyepieces you could see out of. So it's kind of a cute little set, but I think they wanted like $6 and just wasn't even a full set. So I was like, yeah, no. This is in a nice box though. Makeup compartments and foot bath spas and stuff. I have a couple of those already. I think that was a mop cover for one of those industrial sized brooms that you use in like gymnasiums and stuff. Lots of little knickknacks here. They had a couple of nice little prints though that caught my eye. You'll see. I didn't end up picking any of them up, but I did look through a couple of them. That one was on like a wood board, which you know was mass produced, so definitely not anything of value. That one had a really nice inlay of a frame I liked. The Bombay Company. I wasn't sure if it had any value. Because it was a hanging piece, I thought it probably too could have very well been mass produced. I saw these really cute leather scrolls that had some etching and wording on it. I think it was in German. Pretty cute little project. This is a really nice rose petal with many layers to it. It wasn't signed or anything, which makes me wonder that maybe somebody just made this at home for $4.99. I don't know. It had a phone number on there, so it looked like a home craft project or something, but it was really beautifully done. It looked like one of the petals was missing a piece though on the entire side there. I ended up leaving it, but I did see another one that looked really, really cool. One of those kind of 3D looking, not this one. This is just an interesting fruit or something growing. But there was this one right here was really intricately layered throughout the entire picture. It was a big bouquet. I was trying to get a look at behind because it was stuck up on the wall and I didn't really want to take it down. But beautiful like basket of florals and everything was like 3D. I think they wanted like $25 for that one. I always wonder if you can find some like really good art pieces that they just don't know what they have, you know. You have to really know your art, and there's just so much to learn about every single piece that you want to resell, no matter what area or industry it's from. There's so much to learn about each and everything, right? That one looked like a mass production Kim prints or whatever. Some nice pieces though, you know. I did look through and find, I thought this flower black and white floral one was really interesting and just simple but cute, you know. A lot of little interesting things. I can't wait to show you the cabinet of name brand designer stuff that they keep in there. I found a really cute Ralph Lauren bag that I'm going to go back and check the lining on, because I did have to do a bit of research to find out if it was something authentic or if it was just a really good knockoff. And there's nothing that kind of irritates me more than somebody trying to pass off a designer as an authentic when they know darn well right that it might be a knockoff. So here's the gorgeous purse. It has a tiny yellow stain on the beige piece on the front of the bag, and they do want like $40 for it. So I wasn't just going to drop $40 on something that I had no clue whether or not it was worth it. So when I got home, I did a little bit of research, and you know, I found out that the bag is worth something, but I also found out how I can look for things that are fakes on the knockoff bags. So really good to educate yourself on those things. I actually stopped a gentleman who was going to buy a Louis Vuitton blue and white bag at a thrift store, and I knew it was a knockoff. So I went over and told him, like, I got ripped off on a knockoff of Louis Vuitton, and it was just so frustrating, and I paid hundreds of dollars. So, you know, the fact that this guy was looking at this little Louis Vuitton knockoff, but they wanted like $80 for it, I just thought I should go over and tell him it's a knockoff. Don't waste your money unless you're okay with that. You know, at least know the details on the authenticity level so that you know what to look for, so you're not being duped, you know. There's nothing worse than getting ripped off, especially at a thrift store, for crying out loud. It's all donated. You guys are just sheer profits, so stop being greedy. They had quite a few items in the showcase, but nothing else that really totally caught my eye. There were some nice figurine dolls in the showcase, but absolutely none of them had any markings, so I wasn't really sure why they had them in there. I could see if they were Royal Dalton collectible dolls, but they had literally no markings on them, so there's no way that they had any value. They were probably just a mass-produced doll, glass doll. I like to take a quick peek and gander through the wallets and purses just to see if there's anything of value. One of my friends on social media actually was in a thrift store and found a brand new Coach purse, or wallet, sorry, excuse me. It wasn't a purse, it was a wallet. And inside the wallet, for crying out loud, was a price tag of like $250 after taxes. It was crazy. She got it for like $3 or $4 or $5 kind of thing. How many of you guys can relate to seeing those dolls in your grandmother's house? For me, it was my Oma. She had them all over the place. She really liked those collectible dolls. I was looking at some of the glass pieces that were here. Over in the plates area, I found this really cute French looking oui, oui, monsieur type of plate. Another blue one. Didn't really see too much on there that grabbed me either. That was a cute Quebec French plate, I thought, for all my French-speaking friends. This one looked a little old, but a little personal, and I wasn't sure that had any value. Mass production. Some nice etched pieces at this Goodwill as well, though. I believe they also had a crystal set, but I think they were asking like $8 for it, which was more than the Value Village set. And I didn't pick that one up, so. This one, really cute. Of course, the Queen. I thought that was pretty retro, but it didn't really have any markings on the back. This was the store, though, that I did find quite a bit of fine bone china, and the Precious Moment mugs were at this store as well. Some really cute handcrafted pieces. I thought this one was unique. Not enough to bring it home, though. That's a cute duck plate by Donald Pence. There was another one that was underneath it, different kind of duck. It was really cute. I like some of the different colored glass. I thought that this was a mosaic party light piece, perhaps, but it was just from a different company, so it's kind of a cute little dish mug set. Look like you could have some cheese and crackers or something on there. Your tea, maybe a croissant or a biscuit. Those flamingos were kind of cute too. This one, they had quite a few sets of dishes. Not something that I need, nor would I want to ship, but that was a cute gold accented sugar bowl and teacup. Oftentimes when I'm thrifting, I find matching pieces at two different stores. Those rose cups that I just blew past actually had a matching bowl at the Value Village. I'm thinking I might come back and put it all together. Pier 1 Imports. My mom was just telling me that Pier 1 actually has some really good candle scents, cheaper than what Party Light offers, so I definitely want to check out their wax section. I was just looking at various things that caught my eye that I thought were cute, or maybe had some kind of a marking or design or initial or signature somewhere on the piece. Some of the gold-plated stuff was quite chipped. This was a cute little Asian tea set or a cup set. Sharing Dreams. I looked at that and thought it was really pretty, actually. It's really cute. Two angel girls praying. I'm looking at that rose dish now. Why didn't I pick that up? I should have looked at least the bottom of it to see if it was from anywhere special. You see that nice silver piece on the bottom there? I thought it would be like really cute, and I picked it up and it was so light. I was like, oh, you're just a cheap piece of aluminum, aren't ya? Tricked me with my eye. And I put her back on the shelf. It's another blue plate. It's more like a serving dish size one. I liked the gold rim on this set. Royal Windsor. Definitely a cute set, but a little pricey, of course. The beauty of thrifting is that you get stuff that other people have spent a lot of money on, and you get it at a great discount. So it's unfortunate when you see these companies jacking prices up on things, you know? But still, every so often you can find something that is so amazingly priced, you're like, good find, score. They had a lot of royal china ware, again, from like England and Scotland. This was a really cute dish. I was contemplating getting it, but I wasn't sure if the black pieces on the flowers were painted on after it was bought, or if it was done when the design happened, because they looked a little out of place. I wasn't sure. So I ended up leaving it. But I did look at it for quite a while. I was thinking hard on that. $7.99 for that canister there. It's a little pricey. It was cute though. Simple designs. I liked the colors. And it said something in German, I think, on the top, but I didn't know what. Nice blue glass dish. Doing this recording with you guys, I just want to go back out thrifting. See what all has been put out, you know? It's honestly the type of industry you can literally search daily, because there's so much stuff that's donated and there's just so many people. It's crazy. I know in the United States they were having troubles because of the pandemic with the Goodwills and stuff shutting down, which I thought was just like, wow, like that was mind-blowing, because those are the biggest stores that we have here in Canada and Manitoba. And, you know, the fact that they were closing, and not only one, but like a dozen. This piece was really cute, but I think it was a crafts project or woodworking project. Looked handmade anyway. That was new in the box, bamboo skewers. It was a cute little wooden dolphin from Hawaii. I thought that was kind of neat. That was blueberry jam in a house that had never been opened, and I had wondered how long was that blueberry jam in there for, and was that still good? Should that be for sale? I mean, I don't know. Somebody could get really sick off eating something that's really old. Lots of little knickknacks here. I was looking for expensive woven baskets, as well as any old wooden boxes or vintage looking. Didn't really see anything in the basket section though. But as I was standing at the basket section, I noticed they had a record section, and I definitely wanted to peek through that. We'll get there in a minute though. I had to finish down this aisle first. But there are some great collectible records out there, and I ended up finding a really good collectible one that hadn't even been opened, and I'm hoping is going to net a nice little profit. These were cute plates. They looked vintage, but the markings on them on the back didn't look vintage, so made me think it was something mass produced. I did look at them a couple times though. couple of cute little brass silver pieces here, but they didn't feel very heavy, so it made me think that they were made of cheaper materials. Different kind of an ashtray. Lots of great colors for most anybody's home. Lots of similar glass pieces though, kind of boring. Found a couple of pieces of crystal though that I thought were cute. That one was Party Light. I used to have one of those actually. I decided against grabbing them. I didn't. I have a lot of Party Light and it wasn't one of my favorite pieces. It was just kind of cute, pretty, and plain. Also a Party Light piece, but you're missing the holder for that piece. And I knew that, and I couldn't find it. So I wasn't just going to buy the filler to hold the candle and not have the base, you know? I, of course, found a lot more Party Light in this section that I did totally scoop up and take home. There's one glass piece. It's round and it has like these layers underneath it that are also glass. And I can remember paying upwards to $100 for that glass piece. And then my life went sideways and I lost a lot of my Party Light. I was able to find some really cheap wax at this store that I totally scooped up. I love a good deal. Who doesn't, right? But that Para wax was definitely in my cart. The Party Light piece beside it, I have an identical piece, so I didn't pick that up. It stayed on the shelf for another home because I already have one. I don't need two. There's actually a whole set. It's like a nativity set or whatever for Christmas. And it was all in that beige type material. I can't remember exactly what it was made out of because it was just so many years ago that I was selling the product. But whatever that stone looking, it's kind of like a clay, I guess. They have a whole set like that. And I had them all at one point, but now I'm slowly piecing things back together. Things I spent so much money on in the past. This was a really cute little thing, but there was nothing for the inside of it. And I thought, well, what good is this? It's clearly missing a piece to it. I think it may have been an old perfume holder with a stick wand with a little handle on or whatever there. They had some really decent stuff in their bins at this Goodwill. I like to try to hit up a bunch of different Goodwills so that I can get a really good, well-rounded view. I totally grabbed these little sunflowers. One of them was missing the ladybug, so I only grabbed the two that were in mint condition. Really, they were just mint. The other one was broken, so I left it there. I remember getting a set of flowers in a little potter like that. Little baby booty feet. Those are cute little Easter eggs, but they were from Dollarama, so they kind of had them overpriced for a Dollarama resale. Some interesting little trinkets here. Mostly baby stuff. But this is where I end up finding the Precious Moments mugs and things. I tried to give you guys a good overview of the prices, but some were just not even worth showing. You know, super fast. Like you saw that last one, $8.99 for a tiny little trinket that you don't know if someone's even going to want. I don't understand why these prices are so high. To me, it's nothing but a little bit of greed going on there, you know? You got everything for free. That should be, if they really wanted things to fly off the shelf, they would mark them down. You'd have a much larger revamp of your store. That was a cute party light angel, but I didn't need another one, and she was pretty dirty. I didn't really feel like cleaning her. I probably should have grabbed her, though. Now I'm thinking about it again. I was like, maybe, I can't remember how much she was, though. Maybe she was like $8 or $10, and that's why I didn't. She was also half the size of the other party light angels, so with no wings, you know? I like looking at these little trinket thingies, see if you can find a little gem in the mix. I like this little French bulldog looking puppy. It's cute. It made no sense to me why some of these things that weren't marked were on the regular shelf, and then like some of these things that weren't marked were in the showcase shelf. Like they should have all been together. There was nothing super special about them that I know of. Lots of colors though. As you can see, I didn't have too much in my cart just yet. Those little dolls look like Raggedy Ann and Andy ones or something, but they weren't. They sure looked like it though. You always have to be so careful picking up those items that are at the back of this shelf with a whole bunch of glass trinkets in front of it. I was so happy when I found more party lights. Because there's so much to look at on the shelves, it's so easy to miss things, especially when you're in a distracted public place and people are walking around and you're not necessarily, you know, noticing everything on the first go. So you often have to cycle back and go down the aisles one more time to make sure you didn't miss anything. And that's exactly how I found that huge party light tray that I had spent nearly $100 on. I completely missed it. It was on the bottom shelf and it blended with the shelf kind of thing. Boy, was I glad I went back. It was still like $7 or $8, but it was worth it because it was like a $100 item. It's an interesting serving tray and in the form of the swirl there. It was a pretty blue plate, but nothing super special about it. It's a pretty purple plate. We saw another one like that at the Value Village. Didn't really have much value. No pun intended. That was for a whole set. It was a good price for the whole set. I think they only wanted $15 for all the pieces that matched, but there were clearly pieces that were missing from the set as well. But that was a decent price for like plates, bowls, saucers, cups, a little teapot, stuff like that, you know? I was able to find a beautiful 24 karat gold rimmed plated St. Mary's Academy. I believe that was a nun's school or something. But I scooped it up when I saw the 22 karat gold plate rim on it, because it was a really good price. There it is right there. 22 karat gold. It was made in Canada, but it was pretty old, and the fact that it was 22 karat gold, I thought, yep, this might be worth something for $2.99. You know, somebody might be interested in having this as a collectible item. Perhaps somebody who maybe went to the St. Mary's Academy, or they maybe had a family member, maybe their grandmother, you know, was a nun there or something. Who knows, right? That was a really pretty green piece. Nothing that was like, wow, but it was pretty. I try to be a little picky about what I grab and take, because there's so much beautiful stuff. I mean, you could just literally end up living like a hoarder if you have way too much of everything, kind of thing. And you don't really want to be sitting on a whole ton of product either. So I really want to stick to things that are valuable, vintage, handcrafted, unique items that maybe there were not very many of them manufactured, or the ones that were very many manufactured, they were sort of hand done, so no two pieces are necessarily alike. Those are also really interesting and good sellers. In this section, I found a really cute bone china teacup and plate, and it matched, and it was just really pretty burgundy and yellow flower. It reminded me a little bit of my mom, and I mean, honestly, it's such a tiny teacup. It's probably good for like an espresso type of thing, but it didn't have a price on it, so I asked the lady if I could have it for just a couple bucks, and she said yeah. So $2 is pretty good. There was one of those opalescent items again. I wasn't sure how valuable that was. Again, if you know, let me know, because we all know a little bit, you know, out there of different things. So we should share these things with each other so we can all grow. Grow together. But for a couple bucks for it to be royal bone china, I thought that was a really good deal. Could make a really cute collectible piece if someone owns other pieces that resemble that design, or perhaps are identical to that design. In the glass section, I thought these were really pretty. They had 4 different colors. I wasn't sure how well something like that would sell. It reminded me of Easter a little bit, because it was, you know, blue, purple, green. I think there was a yellow. It was kind of cute. And that looked like it was from a restaurant in the United States, Pat O'Brien's or something. I've never been there. Maybe some of you have and you know where it is. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if you know what came in that glass. I'm sure it was some fancy schmancy drink. But maybe it was like a food thing or something too, you know? See those cocktail rings with the shrimp on there and stuff, you know? There's all kinds of stuff out there. That green glass, there was probably about a half a dozen pieces there. It was cute, but again, I wasn't sure on the value or desire for it. So we did end up leaving them behind. Party light's one of the hardest things to leave behind for me because I used to sell it. So even as a consultant, you couldn't, even your discount wasn't enough compared to these thrift prices. Like, the thrift prices are just awesome. Sometimes it depends. Like I said, sometimes you'll find in Value Village it's like a $25 or $30 marked item. Meanwhile, if you were to go to Party Light and buy it brand new, it might only cost you $20 more, and it would be brand spanking new kind of thing. So I mean, if the item has any chips or discoloration or, you know, tarnishing and stuff like that, if you've used the wrong product to clean it. This was an interesting little cup, I thought. I did leave it behind, but I liked the symbol on the inside of it. It reminded me of like a Porsche or something. It was kind of cool. That was a Canadian beer mug, actually. Really heavy, though. I'm not a beer drinker. But it's cool because it came from Canada. The Precious Moment mugs. Yay. I actually ended up finding 3 of these, and all 3 of them have this really cute like heart handle. So you can just, oh, it's just so cute. So I ended up buying all 3 of those. I'm probably going to put them together in a set once I get a few more pieces together and sell it as a lot. This was a super cute little kitty. It looked like a little milk or sugar or something container. It was super cute though. Use the tail as the handle. I was like, that's cute. But yeah, looking long enough, I ended up finding 3 mugs in total of the Precious Moments that were separated, and I grabbed all 3. And then I really looked to see if I could find any more. These looked like vintage or modern. I couldn't decide. Vinegar and salt shakers or something like that. I wasn't really sure. Maybe you know what it is. Let me know if you know. I was going to pick up this Pyrex measuring cup. It was only a 1-cupper, and they did want like $4 for it. And so I ended up putting it back. But there's the Hummingbird napkin holder that I did end up taking home. It's in mint shape. It was made in Taiwan, but for $1.99, it was so cute. It made me think of my mom because she's got a hummingbird feeder at home, and she always, when I'm talking to her on the phone, she's always like, "Oh, look, the hummingbirds are back," you know? So maybe she'd like to buy something like that out of my store. I figure there's more than one hummingbird lover in the world, though. They are so cute, those birds. I looked at the knife set, the pink handled knife set block. It's really small there. Serrated blades on it. I don't have anything to match a pink design, but it was really cute and in good shape. And had I have had a pink design, I would have scooped it up. This wooden set was really cute too. It was like a table section that you could open up, so you could have multiple different treats or food items on there and just have it set out on a table. I did scoop these up. I thought they're beautiful. They're vintage, and they are from another country. So there were 3 of them, but one of them was broken. I grabbed the other 2, and they have like the clay backing with a glazed cartoonish sort of looking picture on the front. Really pretty, really unique. For $1.99, I thought those will probably sell. They did have some insignia on the bottom. Like I said, I'll show you guys my haul in the end. That was a Lisenza mug. I looked at it for a couple of minutes thinking, but no, I ended up leaving it behind. I'm sure the Lisenza mug was only like 10 bucks at the store or something like that. It probably had chocolates or socks or something in it, you know? There's a really cute mug at the back here. I'm too sexy to be 60. I'm not 60, but I thought it was a cute cup. Cute little popcorn shaker there. I think it was for the salt. Another cute little napkin ring. I decided against getting that one. The Hummingbird one really stood out though. There was a really huge knife actually. It was a carving knife. And it was still pretty sharp. It was actually in good shape. It had a squared off top to it. It was really interesting, but really, really long. I didn't really have a need for anything like that, so I left it behind. Salt and pepper shakers, so cute. Some coasters. Those coasters were made out of like carpet though or something. It was really weird. It was the weirdest coaster I think I've ever seen. Not really too much interesting here. Cute little trinket there. I don't know what kind of material this candle holder was, but it was really heavy. It seemed like marble or something, or stone of some sort. I ended up leaving it because stuff like that's just not constructive for shipping. Sanderware, has anybody heard of that? I ended up leaving it. I wasn't sure if it was valuable. It was pretty marked up though too. Scratches on the silver. Doing this voiceover for you guys actually makes it so you're shopping twice. You notice things you didn't notice when you were there in person. You're like, oh, look at that. Maybe I should go back and see if that's still there. Kind of funny. Cute pieces though. They have all kinds. I love the way that they separate the colors. I know I said that earlier, but it seems like every thrift store is sort of caught on to this. It doesn't really matter which one you go into. They've sort of separated colors. They do it in the shoe section. They do it in the glassware section. They do it in the jewelry section if they can, you know. It's just really cool how they keep you focused on that color. That way you can sort of skip over it if you don't want anything yellow or whatever, you know, whatever color you don't want. You could just kind of jump right over that. Go, no thanks. Here we're getting into the record section. Of course, you need two hands to file through these things. I tried to do my best, but at one point I just put the phone down, look through everything, see what I could find. My friend Tracy told me that to shine this up with silver polish and it would turn silver again, but it didn't work, so I'll have to message her later about that. This is an authentic Nike travel pack bag. On all the zippers has the Nike symbol. And look there, see, it still has the ringlet from the old tag. I got it for $4. I'll definitely make a little bit of profit on that. This beautiful fire department book is 100 years in their history. Amazing. And we have Elvis, the book that's set like a record. It's practically brand new. I know that there's some Elvis lovers out there. And this little upcoming gem piece, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Authentic Memorial Album. I am sure that there's going to be some fans that are going to love to have this collector's piece in their sets. Absolutely awesome. It has the history on the back. I think someone's going to love this. And of course, this is just a scan of the entire table haul, and this is from both stores. Super, super awesome deals. Everything was under $10. And like I said, this fine royal bone china set was a couple bucks. I asked if I could have it for that. This is those cute vintage looking another country. And then of course the Precious Moments set I spoke about with the 3 mugs and the plate. I do want to get a few more pieces though to add to that if I can. We'll see what I can find. And of course the St. Mary's Academy 22 karat gold rim and the Barcelona Mug. Antoni Gaudi. Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. This is, I believe, a sugar. The Finnsburg is German, I believe. And yeah, it's a sugar dispenser. Absolutely gorgeous. And the Hummingbird napkin holder. So beautiful. And of course, last, well, not really last, but Royal Dalton dish. Like I said, if nobody wants this, I'm not going to be sad to keep that. Of course, we have our Martini Glasses. And these little thimbles. These are name brand bourbons. They're thimbles. And then I found one that was like a pewter or some kind of metal with the blue design on the top. So cute. Thanks for watching True Stories with me, Sherry Weens. I will have some of these items up for sale on my my Poshmark page, so I'll leave that description link for you. If you're interested in purchasing any of the items or other items that I have up for sale, let me know. And if you saw anything while I was shopping, please let me know and say, hey, you got to go back and check and see if that's still there. You know, it may be something of great value and I just didn't know and I missed it. So let's learn together. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll definitely see you again on the next thrift shop. Stay safe out there, wear your masks, keep the 6 feet distance, and let's shop healthy, smart, and obeying our rules and regulations. See ya.